What's up, people? It's another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best quasi new metal podcast from two dudes who are really there. I'm one half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. With you, I have my partner in crime, the notorious Tim Anderson Jr. Tim, how's it going?
Great, feeling good.
All right, you feel good. I feel good. The weather outside is shit. Let's get moving. So, what are we talking about this week? So, this week, Tim had the interesting question of let's talk about the top 10 bands that you are really geeked on, gassed on, stoked about over the last 5 years. So the bands that you found over the last 5 years either have put out new music, they're an older band maybe that you finally just got into, like, yo, this is the greatest thing ever, or younger bands that they're now putting out music and you're like, yeah, this is your thing. So we're going to talk about 10 of the artists, so most of which have probably been talked about on this show. 10 of the artists that we think are probably the ones that have impressed us each the most in the last 5 years. And Tim, I'm going to let you go first. I think we might actually have some overlap.
Yeah, I have 15 written down. I'm just gonna spew off the last five at the end, but
Okay.
I think out of my 10 or 15, we would probably have one, two, three, probably about four, maybe five that are gonna be the same.
Okay.
And I'll start. My first one is gonna be Loser.
Okay.
Um, so I know they came out in 2017, so we can't really say they were within 5 years, but I found them in like
Yeah.
21, I believe it was. So we're
Okay.
gonna count that because it's within 5 years. Fuck it. I know it doesn't make sense, people, whatever. This is New Breed rules. This isn't your rules. Anyway, yeah, Loser.
Okay.
One of the best bands I've heard in the last 5 years for sure. I every song they put out, I absolutely love. Um, Looking forward to a new record. I remember, didn't we get Alex on?
Yeah, we had Alex on, and I think they're working on something new, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's something's done. I don't know what's taking so long. Usually I would message him and ask, but then he stopped answering me, so he probably just got annoyed, which is fine. I get it. So
Eh, eh.
I can take hints, buddy. It's all good. But yeah, great fucking band. I think if you talk about the new metalcore genre, I think they're at the top of that right now for me. Because they have new elements, but they also have the metalcore elements, which I think overlaps more. But yeah, great fucking band. I know you're into them, but I don't know if they're going to be on your list.
Okay. So you want to do your bottom five, and then we'll start bouncing.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Okay. So first one I've got here on this list is no surprise to anybody's listened to the show more than once. Boundaries from
Oh yeah,
Connecticut. I I I think they have gotten better and better every album, a lot like Knock Loose. They keep getting heavier and heavier, where it would be very easy for them to make the switch, add a whole shit ton of clean vocals, and just make it work. This new album, I think, is brilliant. It's a brilliant piece of metalcore. There's some parts that are actually so abrasive it gets close to almost slam. We interviewed Matt on your old show, the Ill Street News. I really, really like this band. The tour apparently that they're doing with the Orthodox has been selling like hot cakes. The Philly dates sold out. A bunch of other dates sold out, so it's kind of cool. I think this band has a big future ahead of them. I think they're abrasive like a Knock Loose, but there's enough crossover appeal that they might be able to stay heavy and pull some crowds.
yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with the fact that they're going to be way bigger than they probably imagined they would be.
Yeah,
I mean, what they start out on, Unbeaten.
yeah. I think the first Harford County Misery I think was unbeaten. Yeah,
What are they on now? MRNK.
I think it's yeah, I think it is. Which is short for, what is that? Monarch Heavy?
I
Yeah.
think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what they're on. Yeah.
Speaking of them, I don't think we can do videos from them. They kind of blocked us, but whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
They're lost. All right. Number two for me, I'm pretty sure this is going to be on your list, the Mood Ring.
Yep. Yep. That was on my list.
Yeah. So this one fits the 5 years because I think they put out Show Me the Real You. What was that? 21.
Yep.
Yeah. Probably one of the best bands going right now. Dude, everything they put out is good. I don't think they have one bad song, honestly. Out of the EP, the full length, and the second EP, there's not one bad track from that band. I think
Yeah.
he's one of the best singers in the genre. He just, you know, Obviously, we're not only saying that because,
We like Hunter, yeah.
yeah, we like what his work and his production work, but like, we've had him on the podcast twice. Super cool dude. You know, sucks how, what's going on with him right now. I never asked him because I just don't get into people's,
Right, you don't get in people's business. Yeah.
yeah, I don't get into people's business. Hope he's doing good. But yeah, really looking forward to the new stuff. I know he put up some like
He's
snippets of something,
yeah, he's
man.
been
I was
doing
like,
snippets.
oh,
Yeah, yeah.
really good stuff, man. Super good artist. The band as a whole, fucking great. One of my favorites right now. I'd say top 10 favorite bands right now. They're probably in top 5. And I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you would probably agree to that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on my list. That last album was unbelievable. The EP before that was great. That the EP that they've done most recently, they're truly a band whose sound is growing and evolving as they grow and evolve, and I like everything they've done. I can't wait to eventually see them live. Can't wait.
Yeah, that last EP is one of my favorite EPs of all time.
It's
It's
damn
just a
good.
banger after banger. Them 3 songs, banger, banger, banger. It gets better with every time I listen to it.
Yep. Yep. Who do I
Um,
got next? So next, I'll be surprised if this isn't on your list. Soft Kill.
yes, absolutely.
Uh, it's that new album is unbelievable.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I know they came out in like 2013, so we're going on 11 years now, but like I did find out about them on Dead Kids. I think I found out about was it? No, it was the record before Dead Kids. I listened to it. It was like I was like, yeah, I like this. Dead Kids came out. It got this reception around the community where people were like, "Yo, man, this is an incredible record." Blah blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I remember this band. I remember listening to it one day at work. It was fucking raining treacherously, shitty weather, and I was like, let me put this on. I fucking fell in love with that shit instantly. Ever since then, one of my favorite bands right now, maybe of all time. Every record they do is fucking great.
They've been around for quite a bit, quite a bit.
Oh,
I first came
yeah,
across
man.
them with the Portrayal of Guilt split. That's the first time I actually heard
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So let's see. Dead Kids came out in 2020, November
Yeah,
2020.
yeah.
Dead Kids, Rip City.
Yeah, and then before that was what the fuck was
Was it
before that
was it a
record?
Plan to Suffer? Was that the album? Yes.
Yeah, so that was the
Well, it was
because I
all
remember it was the
demos.
album
Yeah.
before. It was the album before that I heard, and I was just like, yeah, pretty good. I was actually not really into that sound as much back then. And then as I was getting a little older, I was like, you know what, man, I really like this fucking throwback sound that people are doing. But now I kind of think you can't really say it's a throwback sound because every record he does is a little different.
Yes.
Like the new
Yes.
one has a lot of punk feel to it, but I'm a huge fan of Meta World Peace, man. That's a fucking great record.
Oh, that is a great album. And the other thing we can talk about with them is they are prolific.
Yeah.
So if you just go to their and they're a big fan of their Bandcamp fans, they take care of them. The last album, Escape Forever, before that, Meta World Peace. Before that, they have singles for Molly, Canary Yellow, Always Running, Press Play, Another Nightmare, Cicero. This is in between albums. The Dead Kids demos, not quite Dracula music. They did a live album, they did a Sky EP, and then it was Dead Kids Rip City. So they're cooking. They're cooking.
What was the album before Meta?
The album before Meta World Peace was that Molly? Yes. No, that was a single.
That's a
Canary
great track.
Yellow.
Canary, that's a fucking
Yeah.
great record
Yeah,
too.
it is. It is.
Yeah, I love the new record, but Meta for me and Dead Kids is probably my favorites from him. But yeah, dude, I listened to Meta today on the way home, and I was like, this record is so good, man.
I put in the wife and I went out to dinner last Friday. We were coming back and the sun was out. It was nice weather. And I put on this album and I'm like, you got to listen to this. And it kicked in and she just kept looking at me like, are you kidding me? Because this is right in her wheelhouse. Yeah.
The hip hop tracks on there are fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, great fucking band.
All right, Tim, what do you got?
This one I don't really think you care about. Void of Vision. I
I
absolutely
like that,
love
but they
that
didn't
band.
make my list.
I absolutely love that band. The Chronicles LP they did, so they did 3 Chronicle EPs from like 2 years ago up until last year. They released the full one last year, but them 3 Chronicle records are fucking amazing. I think they're an Australian band, but holy
Yep.
shit, they're good, man. They've been out for a while. They started out as like just one of them genty metalcore bands, I think on like UNFD. I
Hmm.
think they're still on UNFD, but that Chronicles record is amazing, dude.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I remember you showed me that track. We did a video for it. I think it's called like the fuck's it called? Because you were the one that introduced me to them.
I forget what it was, but man, it was they're really good.
Is it
They're
called
really good.
Bondage or something? Or
Was it wasn't Broken Bones.
it's something like Bondage or something like that. If you look on the Chronicles record, it's on there. And if I say it, you'll probably be like, "Oh yeah," because we did the video for it. We did another video for them too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna look because now it's driving me nuts. Hold on one second here while I'm looking. See, void of vision comes right up
Dominatrix?
for me. Yeah,
Dominatrix, that was it.
Dominatrix. Yeah,
Yes.
I remember when you showed that to me, I was like, dude, where did this band come from? And then I dived into all the shit. Dude, all their records are good, man.
Yeah, very, very good. Didn't they just put something out?
Yeah, they just put a single out a couple weeks ago, which is really good as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, great fucking band though.
Okay, I guess that means me next. So next I've got we're gonna take us in a bit of different direction. I have on my list Candy from Virginia. Uh I think when it comes to hardcore bands, they are one of the most beautifully abrasive that I've heard. The last album is great. The album before that was great. All the EPs, singles they've done, they branch out into some weird electronic shit. They get experimental. There's even some industrial parts, but it's just the way it's mixed. It's just so abrasive. And there are bands I go back to time and time and time and time again. And I love everything they've done. I can't wait for that new album. They're just a band that I think they make the kind of hardcore that I really want to listen to, discordant and really abrasive and just not feeling good music, which I love.
Yeah, and you nailed it right there with the discordant adjective. So it's like I'm really not a fan of their first couple records, but the newest one and the single they just put out when they went into that electronic feel, that shit is
Hmm.
really good, man.
Yeah,
I watched a live show of them from Hate 56 and I was like, dude, this band is actually really good. What was I thinking?
yeah,
Yeah, so that you could tell me I'm an asshole because yeah, that's one of the bands where I was like, eh. And then I listened to the newer stuff. I was like, this is really good.
yeah. It's
Jay's
good.
right. This is
It's good.
good.
It's just it's obnoxious and sneering and it's just great. It's great.
Yeah, it's fucking in your face the whole time. Like
Yep.
it's relentless as hell, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, if you're into the hardcore that's just relentless and has a different feel to it, that's definitely where I would go with that. My next one I think is going to be on your list, Humanity's Last Breath.
Believe it or not, they didn't make it. No.
Wow. Dude, if you're not familiar with this band, this is nightmare music in my opinion. This is music you hear in your dreams. This is music you hear. What's that sleep phenomenon called? Where it's
When
like,
you're sleep paralysis.
yeah, this is the music you hear when the demons fucking staring at you in the corner of the room. You know what I mean? This is, Ashen
So
comes on.
I would say this though, Tim. If you would replace Humanity's Last Breath with the Buster Oldenholm oeuvre, then I would have it on my list because you've got Humanity's Last Breath, which is great, Throne, which is great,
Yeah.
and I really like what he does with Wild Hirte, which is, I
Yeah.
think is how you say it. The last couple songs he's done have been so awesome.
To me, I don't know if you I'm not even gonna try and pronounce Vildharda. I just say Viljarda. But it's just an extension of Humanity's Last Breath or vice versa to me. I think the Vild stuff is way more aggressive, if that makes sense.
Yes,
It's way more that thinking man's metal kind of shit. You know what I mean?
yes, yes,
It's like Candiria, but way more brutaler.
yes.
Where the Humanities just focuses on just leveling you. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep.
And then the Throne, people listening, if you like new metalcore done right, there you go. The
I'm pretty
Throne
sure
is
that's
incredible.
that's the only reason I'm going to that Body Snatcher show is I really want to see them play because
Yeah,
those new
that's
songs that they've done, those 4 songs have all been awesome.
yeah, they're a great fucking band. But yeah, his whole what do you call it, oeuvre?
Yeah,
Their whole that whole
there you
thing
go.
is that he's another one of them geniuses, man. And
Yep.
he's young as shit. Dude, people listening, watch the video of him showing the MIDI thing where he plays a six string upside down He has a MIDI thing where he has a pedal that detunes it, and it's just fucking disgusting, dude. We'll put it in the notes.
Yeah, we should do a reaction vid to watching him play and just with both of us just sitting here like
We did.
with our mouths open. We did, right? Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
we did.
we played the video and then we went into that video and we were like, holy shit, man.
That is awesome. That is awesome. All right. So what do I got next? Okay, so I'm gonna go across the pond and grab my first of two British bands. Loathe.
Mm.
Loathe, and you know what? I'm gonna do a two for one because I can't tell one story, Tim, without telling the other. Loathe and Sleep Token. I discovered both these bands at the same time. And it was sundowning, and it was I let them in and they took everything. I let it in and they took everything. And I remember I said to you, Tim, where the fuck have I been under a rock? Like, how did I miss both these bands?
Yeah.
Loathe is, I mean, they're just sickeningly talented. People say, "Oh, it's a Deftones ripoff." Bullshit,
No, it's
bullshit.
not.
They add their own flavor to it. And when they did. I let it in and it took everything. They did the U.S. tour with it's the whole album in its entirety, and it was sold out. Philly was packed. They moved into the big room in Underground Arts. It was unbelievable. Um, I can't wait for their new stuff because I think it's going to be wild. Because I know they came out of they talked about coming out of the studio. At the same time, I found Sundowning by Sleep Token, and then I looked them up and I saw the guy's name is The Vessel, and they play in costume, and I'm like, but this guy can actually sing.
What did they call it? Didn't Hunter say it was Hosier with it was like death
Hosier
metal?
with Deathcore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that who said that? Him?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I thought so.
But unbelievable. Unbelievable. Those are two bands for me that came out of nowhere. I had never heard them before, even though Loathe had an album before that and Sleep Token had some stuff before that. I had never heard them before, and then I heard that and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, the
Holy shit.
the way Sleep Token just emerged and just skyrocketed out of nowhere is fucking should be studied, man.
Oh, so what do you think it is, Tim? Is it talent? I think it's talent and the aesthetic.
It's
So
both,
not
yeah.
they
Absolutely.
have an interesting aesthetic. The fact that everybody, he's the vessel. They all play in masks, but the music is singable and actually could get on the radio. That's both those two together, and you're off.
And I think what adds to it too is nobody knows who they are.
Yes,
People
yes,
people are very mysterious when it comes to being mysterious. You know what I mean? If
yes,
that makes
yes.
sense.
Yep.
People like when it's mysterious. They want it. Somebody wants to be the first guy to be like, I know who that is. Because you know what else is I find amazing about that band is nobody has fucking said, oh, that's what's his name from blah blah.
Well,
Because you know these are dudes from other bands.
they posted some asshole posted like their driver's licenses on the internet. They
Oh, seriously?
doxed Sleep Token, and then right at that point, Sleep Token killed all their social media accounts, and they turned everything off for like a month. And it's like, why are you gonna be an asshole? Like,
Let
okay,
me guess.
you
This was
know.
Reddit.
I don't know if it was Reddit, but look, good for you. Dong yourself off, promote yourself to oblivion. Fuck out of here. Like, don't ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah, that's
Don't.
fucking ridiculous.
Don't. It's like that's part of the mystique. Just let it, it's not your place,
Yeah,
dickhead.
it's not. It's not. But I wonder. I want to know what UK bands they used to be in. There's no way that this is their first bands.
No.
There's no fucking way. I have a feeling it's people from other bands that we know of,
Oh,
and we would be like,
absolutely. That I
eventually it's going to come out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
eventually. But it's like Slipknot, right? Like when they were on stage, they were always in masks, and you had no idea what they look like without masks. There's that one picture of them in like '98 where they're
Yeah.
all lined up without masks on. Yeah.
And I remember seeing that and going, oh wow, they look older than I thought they were going to look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah, you're right though. Fuck off. Leave it be. Don't be a dickhead.
Yep.
Surprisingly, both them bands aren't on my list.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very surprised at that actually. All right, next. Out of the UK, here we go again. Profiler.
I knew this was coming.
What that's my favorite. That's my record of the year right now.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I
They mesh new metal and metalcore perfectly. I think they do new metal more if you actually listen to it, but they are the perfect new metal renaissance band right now, in my opinion. So everything about them's good. Not one bad song. Every song they put out is great. They just it's just the aesthetics great, the songs are great, the lyrics are great, the vocals are great. It's a fucking great band. I want to get them on so bad.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's my number five. People listening, new metal kids, listen to Profiler. If you haven't heard them, stop this episode right now. Pause it. Go listen to them. Come back.
You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah,
What do I got next? Okay, so next I'm cheating a little bit with this band. Going back 6 years, not 5 years.
that's all right.
Vane.
Oh yeah,
Arizona was 2018. I remember seeing the windbreaker performance at This Is Hardcore. That was the year that I didn't go Sunday, and I've kicked myself ever since.
hey, one
I
show I was actually at that you weren't.
I know, right? Yeah, well, stranger things have happened. I was just being blown away by seeing that because I'd heard the demos and stuff, but Arizona and then This World Is Going to Ruin You. They had the remix album. I've seen them live 3 or 4 times. I will say that the last time I saw them, it was kind of iffy because I think they just got a new drummer and they were still working out the kinks, but terrifyingly vicious.
Yeah,
And the last This Is Hardcore that I saw they played at, they were unbelievable. And this is one of those bands where, again, you keep thinking they're going to make a turn and make new metal, like legit radio friendly new metal, and they get more and more abrasive and aggressive as they go on, and it's right
yeah.
in my wheelhouse.
I was lucky enough to see the Windbreaker set. It was terrifying. It was very scary. I've never seen people getting thrown into the air like that moshing. It was devastatingly brutal. It was like 3 in the afternoon. It was Sunday. Everybody was tired. I was fucking drinking for 3 days straight. I mean, it was terrifying, dude. At the end of that set, Queensway went on, and it was just as
Oh,
brutal as
they
a
were
pit.
just as nuts. And wasn't Easy Money that Sunday too?
They were Friday.
Oh, they're Friday. Okay.
Dude, that's the best This Is Hardcore, I don't care what anyone says.
What
That
year was
Friday, it
that?
was Murderers Row.
What year was that?
2000, I have the thing right here. Hold on. It was
Was that
2017.
17?
Yeah. That was Disembodied, Martyr AD, Crow
Oh,
Killer.
yeah, I was there. Was it just Friday and Saturday?
Eaten Alive opened up Friday. It was great,
Yeah,
man.
it was Eaten Alive, Crow Killer, Maniac, who I love,
Yeah.
Eyes of the Lord, Sect,
Jukai.
Race Trader, Jukai, Young and in the Way. God, they kind of fell off. Bloodlet,
Yep.
Ramallah, Martyr AD, and then Pulling Teeth. I was toast after Martyr AD. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
I left for Pulling Teeth too. Dom's a jerk off. Fuck that dude.
Shots fired.
And I'm
And
leaving
then
that in here. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. And then, but Saturday, doors at 12, and then you had Treason, Mortality Rate, Departed, Clearview, Year of the Knife, Echo Strike, Risk It, Truth and Rights, which was Eddie Leeway, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Trail of Lies, Malice at the Palace, Jesus Peace, Criminal Instinct, and then this is where it really got brutal. This was my 40th birthday. Earth Crisis, Cold as Life, 25 to Life with Stick singing, 100 Demons, Code Orange, All Out War, Disembodied. And then I was like, I'm out.
Who headlined that night? Buried Alive?
Buried Alive.
Yeah, that was an amazing show. God damn. The dude, Murderers Row that whole Saturday. For the
Yeah.
Love of was, I got there for Trail of Lies, and then it was just murderers after a murderer.
And I'm trying to find what was Sunday. So Sunday was Descent, Activate. Whatever happened to Activate?
I don't know. I'll have to
Because I
ask
thought
what's
they had
his
an
name.
album done and then they just disappeared. Strength Approach, Miracle Drug, Easy Money, Queensway, Out of Body, Vane.
Oh, Easy Money did play Sunday.
4 in a row.
Oh,
And then
Crow
you had-
Killer played Friday. That's what I'm
Yes.
thinking.
And then you had Dysphoria, Brace War, Yellow Stitches, Freedom. And then it was Slapshot, Murphy's Law, Leeway, Wisdom, Killing Time, H2O, Shelter.
I left after Dysphoria. I was toast.
Dude, I mean, you probably were just exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. All right,
It
back
was
to the episode
3 days straight of staying up. So yeah, I left off on Profiler. You left off on
with Vane. So you're up.
Vade. Yeah. I think this is on your list. Bayway.
Yeah. Yep.
Best hardcore band going right now. Don't care what anyone says. They represent Jersey hardcore the best. Nothing bad about them. Not one bad song. Just the merch game is sick.
Oh, Jay does amazing merch. He really does.
Yeah, I mean, if your their merch game is perfect. I mean, come on, dude. Hardcore is back with that band, in my opinion, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they're gonna get. I think they're gonna blow up. They're doing a bunch of West Coast shows right now. They're on This Is Hardcore Saturday. It's big. It's big. It's gonna be big for them.
Yeah.
We'll stick with hardcore. Surprise pick. I'm sure probably for you, for most people. I put Morning from the UK on this list.
Okay.
I love that EP. That album they just put out was great, and then they did an EP of basically extra songs right after. His voice is in the same vein as Knock Loose and or Karma. It's that strained sort of raspy voice, but I love. I mean, they came through Philly when they landed in Philly and they were touring their way through to FYA, and I missed the Philly date. But man, I go back and listen to the EP they just put out. It's 4 songs. It
It's
is some
great.
seriously solid hardcore.
It's fucking great. Yeah, great band. That split they did a few years ago was great too.
Yes. Who was it? It was them and who else? Was it Moment of Truth?
I don't remember, but
I
I
don't remember.
remember they did a split and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Really good stuff. All right. This might be on your list. 200 stab wounds.
I didn't put them on. I did a lot more hardcore than metal.
I think in the rebirth of death metal, I'm gonna call it rebirth because I think this is one of the best bands doing it right now. They just Slave to the Scalpel. That record is so good.
Yeah.
The new single they just put out, holy shit, I
Oh,
love it.
and they got the best reaction at Decibel Fest. They got the best reaction. Them and Lamp of Murmur got the best reaction.
I'm
Nobody
not
knew who
surprised at all.
nobody knew who Will Haven was, which is sad because they were the reunion band, but they were really, really tight. But yeah, the entire room was pushed forward for 200 stab wounds.
Did Will Haven play anything off their first record?
Oh, they did I've Seen My Fate, and
Wow.
there was the other song that is the big one. I'd have to look at the track list. Hold on.
And nobody knew who they were.
The place kind of cleared out.
Wow.
Well, then again, they were after Lamp of Murmur. Um Ego's Game. They played Ego's Game and I've Seen My Fate.
Nice.
And
Great
it
band.
was I mean, they sounded fantastic. They
Great
sounded
fucking band.
fantastic.
They're out of Sac, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
First time I saw them was Deftones. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. They're pretty much like a friendly band, right? Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
you're next.
Next, I'm gonna go to Switzerland's Sons, Paleface.
Okay.
Yo, I fucking love that last album, Fear and Dagger. I think all the singles they've done since. I'm kind of on the fence with Gallows, a little bit too much clean singing for me. Uh, Please End Me is a monster of a mosh banger. And what really, really sold them for me was when I saw them in Philly. And it was at Warehouse on Watts. It was basically a deathcore show. The entire crowd, it was sold out, I think, and the entire crowd was nobody I had ever seen before. So it was an entirely different room. But for a bunch of young guys who they actually just admitted they've only started touring in the last 2 years. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable amount of stage presence and personality. And God, they just sound great. I can't wait for, I know they were in the studio as well. I can't wait for that new album.
That record you sent me, what is it, Fear and Dagger?
Yes.
That's a real fun listen. Really fun listen.
Yeah. And if I have to offer any type of, if I have to offer any type of criticism, I would say it's a bit long. It's a long album for a moshy deathcore band, but it's one of those sneaky albums where the B-side songs are just as good as the A-side. You just got to get to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Great fucking band. Not on
Good
my list,
stuff.
but great band. Next we'll go with our friend Alex with Ashes Like Rain. I think the dude is super talented. He just writes fucking hits, man. I'm sorry, but that EP he put out, I listened to non fucking stop. The new songs he's put out just as good. That Be Quiet and Drive cover he did with the acoustic is fucking amazing.
He's wickedly talented. Wickedly.
Yeah, super talented dude. That EP is amazing. If you're a new metal kid and you don't know that band yet, you don't know of his band yet, you're fucking up, dude. Really good stuff. Can't wait for the new shit. I'm pretty sure he did some work with Scribble.
Probably.
I think Scribble did like a 5 song thing with him, and he just rapped over. But I'm pretty sure he did. I'll have to ask him. He's been like, I don't know where he's been. He has a new Facebook every other day, so.
All
But I'll ask him. I'll ask Alex actually. He'll
right.
tell me what's up. But yeah, great fucking band. Get into it, man.
Uh, I've got another one where I didn't list a band. I listed the dude because he's sickeningly talented. Gary
Oh
from
yeah,
Memridge, Carinier, Gone Mage. I can't pick just one, so I'm just going to pick his catalog. He's another guy who's new metal influence, but has a lot of taste in a lot of different places, and every single project of his sounds just a little bit different. And I think
dude.
it's unbelievable,
That
unbelievable.
known demise record. Holy
Yeah,
shit, is
it's
that good?
good. It's good.
I listened to that like 14 times in a row. That dude, yeah, he's another
And
sickly
yeah,
talented individual.
yep. He's another dude who's got an idea. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Next, Drowner. I mean, what
Oh yeah,
else is
they're
there
on
to
my
say?
list. Yep. Yep.
What else is there to say about Drowner? Best dudes. That EP, Holding On to Life, just amazing. The 2 songs that they've put out recently, amazing. Can't wait for the record. The songs that aren't released that we heard are holy shit good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I listen to them religiously. I can't wait for that record, man. So I know if they're listening, put their fucking record out. Stop being assholes. What are you waiting for?
Austin's too anal. He's got to make it perfect. Yep.
Yeah. What are you waiting
He's
for?
got to
Put
make
it
it
out.
perfect.
Fucking assholes. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, love that band. Love them dudes.
Looking
Love
forward.
everything
I'm really
about
looking
them.
forward to that album. I think it's going to be a monster. I got two more. The first one, this guy's been putting out music for way longer than 5 years, but I just found him in the last 5 years. Trevor something.
I knew
Uh,
this was going to be up there.
the death of that album is literally the sound of a relationship just falling apart.
Oh yeah.
And Letting Out My Demons, the cover albums that he just did, Archetypes, is great. I think he has a very unique spin on the synthwave stuff, and you can butt him up against stuff like Perturbator or Carpenter Brute. Like he's adjacent to a lot of that. He's not as I guess palatable. I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like Carpenter Brute is definitely for mosh guys that want to rave late at night.
Yeah.
Perturbator is death metal kids who want to kind of geek out and have fun. Like, hey, this is music we can have kind of sex to with my girl. Trevor Something is just off in his own world doing his own thing. And he's like a chameleon. His styles change. He'll do real slow stuff, real moody stuff. He'll do kind of aggressive stuff. I really like what he does. I really, really like what he does.
Yeah, no, I would agree. He's not on my list, but yeah, he is very eclectic with what he does. You're completely 100% with that. The covers record is great, man.
Oh, I love it. I think he puts a unique spin on every single one of those songs.
Yeah, I mean the Deftones cover is great. What is
The
that?
the archetypes.
No, no, I mean what Deftones cover did he do?
Is it Change in the House of Flies? Yeah,
I think it is. Yeah.
dude. The Nine Inch Nails cover, Closer.
Oh yeah.
He does Sexy Back by
Oh
Justin
yeah.
Timberlake, which
Yeah.
I think is unbelievable. And his Sade cover of No Ordinary Love is, yeah.
Oh, he did that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit, I didn't even know that. Now I got to go on and listen to that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
All right. What am I gonna do next here? All right, we'll go with Bleed out of Texas.
Okay. Okay.
Only have a 3 song or 4 song EP and then one other track, and I'm pretty sure they got signed to who is it? A weird label or a label that I didn't think would sign them. Signed them. Why the fuck do I not know who it is? But I know a lot of people are calling them a new metal band. They're fucking not new metal. I don't care what
Mm.
anyone says. It's grunge revival stuff, but holy shit, man. Them 4 songs that they have are just perfect. I think when it comes to that grunge revival sound, a lot of bands do it, but they don't do it well. This is one
Yeah.
of the bands that does it very, very well. I think they're all hardcore kids just in hardcore bands. I don't know, but them songs are fucking magical for me, man. Like I can listen to that EP. As soon as it's over, put it on again. Put it on again. I'll just listen to it like 8 times in a row. I forgot what the record's called. Somebody's Closer, I think. The
Yeah.
EP. Amazing stuff, man. I think if they put a new record out, it'll instantly make my top 10 instantly. That's how much I like that band.
Uh,
I need to figure out what label they got signed to because it's while you're looking up your next one, I'm gonna have to
it's
look
a
for
it's a
this.
and it's a tough band to Google because there's multiple bands named Bleed. I guess my last pick. So before I go to my last pick, I do have an honorable mention. My honorable mention is Vitriol from Portland. That newest album is it's my metal album of the year so far. Until I got to see what 200 Stab Wounds puts out, but right now that is they released the metal album of the year in fucking January and basically said everybody catch up. Here we go. The one war cry he's just yelling. It's like, oh my god, just break everything. They're my honorable mention. This band will be no surprise to anybody who's listened to the show more than once. Simulacra from Delaware. I That to me is pitch perfect, moshy, just aggressive hardcore, like close to thrash metal hardcore, like aggressive and obnoxious, and it's everything I want. Ignorant, it's ignorant hardcore, and that's my thing.
They're from Delaware.
Yeah,
I thought they were from L.A.
no, I think they're from Delaware because that's why
Okay,
they share members, Foreign Hands and everything else. Like, yeah,
and they're the dudes that did the record that I can't stop listening to. Resting
final
Place. Yeah,
final resting place. Yes, yes.
I didn't want to put them on my list because they literally just came out, but that EP is fucking
I mean, this was kind of hard because I was trying to pick bands that have been around for more than a minute. Where like I would have put Snuffed on Sight on here because I think they do slam in a great way, right? I recently discovered Signs of the Swarm, who've been around for a minute, but those last two albums for me have been great. I was telling you, I almost put Archspire on this list
yeah.
because I never listened to that first album or two, but this new one is why they won't come through Philly is beyond me.
We
But
could
yeah,
probably get Dean on the show. No problem.
from Archspire.
Yeah, I guarantee we could.
All right, well, maybe we'll reach out then. Okay,
He's got a pretty big YouTube channel. We should hit him up.
all
I guarantee we should hit him
right.
up tonight and see if we can come on Wednesday.
I I love that album. I really do. I like that band. They play a frenetic, technical metal that actually doesn't sound sloppy. It's not spun up. It's not sped up like Rings of Saturn. I said it.
Oh yeah, fuck Rings of Saturn. Ugh. All
All
right,
right, then I'm out. I'm out.
I got a couple more here. I'm surprised you didn't mention this flashback.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I keep forgetting that album came out. And then I
Mm,
go listen to it and I'm like, holy shit, this is really good. And then I forget about it again.
yeah, one of the best bands doing the new metal revival, in my opinion. That new record is everything you want
It's
in new
great.
metal.
It's
Yeah.
great, but I just forget about it for whatever reason.
It's everything you could want in a new metal revival, in my opinion. I think they're going to be the band that just breaks real soon, and they're going to be touring huge. They're going to be on a big lay. I think they're going to break soon.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna take us one half decent tour. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the band to break soon. And then I got a couple just other mentions here. How about Tetrarch? You like them?
Hey.
Great fucking band. Soulblind.
Grunge revival, right?
Yeah.
Post grunge. Yeah, they're good. They're really good.
Um, my other honorable mention, and then I have one more in my 10 is Serration.
Dude, I almost put them, a Morning Star, and there was one other band I was gonna lump together as the bands that crush that sound.
Yeah, absolutely. Serration, A Morning Star. What's that other band that just put out a record that's incredible? I've been listening to nonstop. Now I forget. Oh, Balmora.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. All honorable mentions for great stuff. And then my last one, this band has become one of my favorite bands in the last year is Teenage Wrist. All of their
Yeah, that
stuff is
album's
great.
good. That album's really good.
There's just something about that band that I fucking love. I don't know, man. It's just they just do quality music. I can't even call them a grunge revival. I don't know what to call them. They have that
Uh,
sound, but
it's
they're just
unique
perfect.
enough that it like it's a blessing and a curse when you have a band who has a sound where it's kind of hard to describe.
Yeah,
They're kind of hard to describe because it's not just straight grunge revival.
Yeah, it's rock, it's grunge,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that song with the dude from 311 is great. What's
Never
his
thought I'd hear
name?
you say that. Not Nick, S.A. Martinez.
Yeah, that song is fucking great. Well, no, I like a lot of 311 stuff. I'm not a disliker of them, but that's
I'm
a
sorry,
great song.
they're the best band to sit outside and drink in the summer with. Just put it on, sit outside, drink.
I don't think I've ever
Oh,
seen them.
first time I got high.
Mm.
And I
Well, that
wasn't
makes
smoking.
sense.
I was contact high. I was in a room with a bunch of people who were all smoking, and it was something. It was something.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to music more times than I could fucking imagine, but you know,
Yeah. And they put on a great show.
I like grassroots music. I like all that shit. So
Yeah, good stuff.
but yeah, Teenage Wrist, yeah, go check them out. Amazing band. That new record, it was in my top 10 last year. I can't stop listening to it. Just something about them that does it for me. So, well, yeah. Maybe Jay will put a thing in the notes about all these bands, or maybe he'll make a Spotify playlist for you.
Remind me, and I will put a playlist together. I will definitely put a playlist together of the number one most streamed song for each band.
Yeah,
We'll
there you
put it
go.
in there and see how it goes. This was kind of fun. It was kind of, I'll be honest, it was kind of challenging to sit down and say, okay, well, this band's on, this band's off, this band's on, this band's off. I had a couple bands get added and get taken away. A lot of the death metal revival, like Frozen Soul on Death, I added and took away. I added and took off Blood Incantation. I added and took off Drain, who I think is probably one of the most fun touring bands out there right now. There's just it's tough. So I really went with a lot of hardcore and international stuff because I think that's the stuff that just catching my ear lately.
Hey, that's whatever catches your ear is fine. Fuck it.
Jesus, we're only in May 1st and we got another half year to go of just it's gonna be a I got to start making a list of what the best of the year is, and we got to do a mid-year check-in because, geez,
We'll do that in June.
It's getting dicey. It's getting dicey. All right, everybody. Newbreed_podcast on both Twitter and Instagram. Newbreedpodcast@gmail.com. 267-297-4627 for your questions, comments, concerns, complaints, and funny anecdotes. Find us on r/newmetal. Find us on the New Breed page on Facebook. And you can find Tim and I at the Camden date of the Slipknot Knocked Loose tour, where we most likely will be in the parking lot podcasting. And we actually might have t-shirts as well. So hope to see you there. So until next week, it's Jay and Tim saying cheers.
Later.